Hi, I'm Martine. I'm Tom's mum. Tom has mitochondrial disease. He is a 12-year-old boy who looks healthy on the outside, however has many complications going on the inside.
People don't think I look sick, but I've actually am sick, and I've got like a machine in my backpack and I feed with like enteral feeding.
He generally doesn't eat very much. Most of it's through enteral feeding.
I don't eat as much as like a normal 12-year-old kid would because most of my food gets put into my belly.
From birth, he didn't feed. He went below his birth weight by the time he was 2 months old. No one knew what was wrong with him. He couldn't eat, he had terrible pain, he had seizure-type things. Most of his early childhood was in and out of hospital, which really affected the rest of our family.
It's been hard sometimes because I've had 36 general anaesthetics and I've had lots of operations.
It was a journey of ups and downs and turmoil from basically birth. Tom was 5 when he was diagnosed with mitochondrial disease. It was a long journey to get that diagnosis, which then, I guess, put a name to all his problems, but didn't really give us a solution to what to do, as there really isn't much you can do. Mitochondrial disease is an energy deficiency disease. Your body can't process enough energy to make your cells work. And if your cells don't work, your organs can die as they become damaged. The symptoms of mitochondrial disease can vary from patient to patient. One might have a very mild symptom of a heart arrhythmia or heart problem. Another may be severely disabled, so hearing, eyes, heart, brain. It can affect everywhere. Your whole body can be affected by it.
I've learnt to treat it like it's just normal and it's part of my daily life.
Children diagnosed with mitochondrial disease generally have a poor prognosis. With the onset of puberty, as your cells are rapidly changing over, and the amount of energy required to function in your body going into puberty can cause the disease to turn from, can result in death. There's really not a lot you can do for mitochondrial disease except have a balanced diet, manage your sleep. We keep into a really, really good routine that really seems to make a big difference with this disease. Tom uses light treatment on a daily basis, which helps him maintain his energy levels.
I feel more energised and I feel much better.
Tom goes to Shaw School down in North Sydney, and they provide a carer for Tom. He only attends half day to reserve his energy. Sometimes he'll only go to school about 3 days a week instead of 5, depending on, as it's a fluctuating disease, it depends on how Tom is.
I've got a carer named Mrs. Parisi. She's really nice and she helps me with my backpack and she helps me with math and English and all that stuff I find hard.
Tom does really well at school part-time. He does struggle with his memory and his speech, but his friends are all very caring, supportive friends.
It's a very good school because they just treat me like a normal kid there.
The school's really, really supportive of mitochondrial disease and they hold fundraisers, and all those funds go to the Australian Mitochondrial Disease Foundation. When you see Tom, you see him jumping around. He looks really, really healthy on the outside. He wears a backpack and that feeds him his food during the day. He's into skateboarding and basketball. He loves basketball.
I like skating. I just started a few weeks ago. It can be a little difficult when I fall and hurt my leg and my arm and usually my wrist. But when I land a trick, it feels really good.
He runs around like any other little schoolboy, has great friends and enjoys his school life and the socialising that's involved with it.
Sometimes during sport like soccer or basketball, I need to sit down sometimes, so I find it can be hard watching my other friends play while I need a rest.
As there is no cure and very little treatment, it doesn't really give you much direction. You feel quite helpless. And it's trying to look at what other people do, but each patient can suffer in different ways. And the progression can be quite rapid. So it obviously is a devastating diagnosis for anyone to be presented with. But you learn to appreciate each and every day. We spend a lot of time raising funds to help find a cure for Tom and many, many others. And we live in hope that a cure will be found soon, which will turn Tom's life around. It's hard on me, but I'm tough. You learn to be tough. I used to cry all the time. I don't, it's something really, really have to learn to deal with. You learn life skills and how to be strong. And then in turn you're strong for your children. So it's tough, but you learn to be strong for others. So the money I've raised for the AMDF makes me feel like I'm doing something as a mother. Like I'm doing something beneficial for Tom, but also for all the people that suffer from mitochondrial disease. Our family, with the support of our friends and community. It's a lot of hard work, but it makes you feel like it's taking you one step closer to finding a cure.
It'd be very helpful if people would raise money to help find a cure for this disease that many people have in this world, and we're getting closer and closer and closer to a cure.
It's devastating for us as a family to see our loved one so affected by such a cruel disease that is a progressive disease and desperately needs a cure. Your help and support would mean so much to us and all the other families that suffer from mitochondrial disease. Please help in any way you can.